Hello everyone, here I am in heaven. Why? Because there's no place more appropriate for a V-Day vlog, or Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone, from me to you, and all that. So I'm glad you're here. Thanks for watching me, Tegan Berry, in heaven, because for some reason Judeo-Christian imagery is heavily involved in the whole Valentine's Day. It's cherubs. You've got cherubs. You've got Putti. You've got Vladimir Putti over here. He's never happy. That guy is never happy. We're in heaven. There's nothing. You've got no responsibilities anymore. You're a giant baby, and you're the only baby in heaven that's unhappy, Vladimir. He says, you can ride a white tiger, you can eat caviar while driving a tank, and he's never happy. He's never happy. That's what I love about that guy. Don't change. Don't change, Vladimir Putti. Alright, so we got that joke out of the way. That was a really hard joke to tell, by the way. I screwed that up so many times when recording this. There was like a lot of cuts. Alright, so the list. I've got a list. Like I'm doing it like Phoenix Wright. I've got evidence here. Wait, hold it! I've got evidence right here. Autofocus screwed up because I pointed at the camera. Could you please point to location in the crime scene? Oh, where do you think it is? Oh, right there. No, right there. No. Anyways, I've got a list of things. Tegan takes suggestions. This is the point of the whole video. Tegan Berry is taking suggestions, and here's a list of games that I would like to play, all joking aside, and if you like one of these, vote for it, and it'll move to the top of the list of my priorities. Like, I don't know which order to play these games, and if there's one you'd like me to play, then I will play it sooner, because I'm already thinking of playing it. It's on this list. However, if there's a game that's not on this list that you would like me to play, go ahead and put it in the comments, and if I like it, and I don't know about it or something, I will play it. So, here goes. Alright. First thing on the list is, although I don't have these ordered right now in order that I'm going to do them, but on the top of the list is currently Theme Hospital. So if you'd like me to play Theme Hospital, go ahead and mention that. Great game, very funny. It's about a hospital. You manage a hospital, funny situations. You probably know about it, so good. And you can look at other videos to see what that's like. But I'm going to play it in a special way. Defender of Boston. Defender of Boston is a game where you are an island, Rock Island, off the coast of Boston. And you are a private investigator, and you have to solve the mystery of Rock Island. And there are creatures that are related to like Cthulhu-esque kind of creatures, deep ones, and scary stuff, and supernatural stuff, and alien type stuff, and it's a messed up, freaky game, and it's dark and it's scary, and the interface, it's not the most graphically pleasing game. The interface looks like you're playing from a submarine, kind of like you've got a sonar. But the graphics aside, it's a really fun game, and I've already actually recorded the playthrough of it, but I'm editing it. But if you'd like me to work on that and get that posted, then Defender of Boston, vote for it. I play as the character, Columbo is one of the pictures in there, so I play as Columbo, but I give him ninja skills. So the character is Ninja Columbo, which is hilarious. I'd just like to ask you just one more question, because that's what Columbo is famous for. Just one more question. I'm done interrogating you. I'm just going to walk away. Oh, one more question. And he gets you. One more question. So then, like, the Ninja Columbo, he's like, smoke bomb. I guess he's gone. And then he comes out of the dark shadows. One more question. Ah! Jeez. Oh, Christ, I'll answer your questions, Ninja Columbo. Just calm down, Ninja Columbo. So yeah, if you'd like to see the story of Ninja Columbo in Defender of Boston, go ahead and give that a vote. Okay, here's an idea. I've got tons of ideas, and I don't know what order to do these. Transformice Tuesdays. That's what I'm thinking of doing, although I might not if you don't want me to. But I like the game Transformice. It's a cool little game, and I was thinking of doing it not as a live event, but every day on Tuesday at like 4 or 5 o'clock, about 1 or 2 hours. I will do it every Tuesday, and I'll host like a public room like under my name, Tegan. So all you have to do is type in room/Tegan, and then it'll be right in the game with me. We can all play Transformice together and have our own little community where it's just me and my fans having fun, and it'll be a way to get to know you guys if you like Transformice. So if you like Transformice, suggest that, and I will do Transformice Tuesday. But you know, only if people are interested. Otherwise, if I'm in my own room alone, it's less fun. I mean, it's still Transformice is still a fun game when you're alone because you get to play the shaman all the time. Master of Magic. I could completely focus on Master of Magic and put out episodes a bit faster so that we get all the rerun episodes of Attempt 5 out of the way and we can get to a brand new attempt of Master of Magic, because I've been putting up episodes, not reruns, but I've been putting up episodes of a playthrough that I have already completed, but it was just a mammoth. Attempt 5 of Master of Magic is a mammoth attempt, and it's got like 20 parts, and I'm still editing it. But if you'd like me to focus on it, I can get those episodes out faster. So I'll basically just release a Master of Magic video every day, and then on Wednesday I'll be able to do a new playthrough of Master of Magic, hopefully. That sort of thing. So if you'd like me to focus on Master of Magic harder, go ahead and give that a vote. So I feel like being in Hawaii now, so here I am in Hawaii. We got the nice music. Hey. Okay, so because I'm in Hawaii, I feel the need to mention PTO, Pacific Theater of Operations. That's where this music that's currently playing, the Hawaii music, there's Hawaii music in PTO, so I scheduled that to be playing because, well, I actually don't know what's going on the green screen behind me until I edit it later, but I'm pretending I know what's going on because that makes me look like a professional. Alright, I've gotten into Nosgoth. A lot of people like Nosgoth. There's tons of people playing Nosgoth on like Twitch TV and whatnot, but I like the game, so we could play that. Lion. Not many people have played Lion, and it's a cool game. It's a game where you're a lion, and you hunt things, and you get shot by poachers, and you get stabbed by Maasai warriors, but you can also kill the poachers and kill the Maasai warriors. And it's fun, because Maasai warriors are like the African tribesmen. They've got spears. So basically, yeah, it's just a fun game. You live the life of a lion, you kill creatures, you eat them, you try not to die, you have cubs, you have children, and you try to protect the pride. You have pride, and you're a lion and you have pride. So, here I am in ancient Greece now. Why? Because I want to announce this other idea I have. The Bell of Socrates. Now, the idea here is that I read Socrates used to go to sleep with a bell. Oh wait, that's not like that. I mean, not sexually. He's like, oh yes, no. You ring that bell. No. He would sleep with the bell in his hand. He wouldn't sleep with. He would stay up, and then he would fall asleep with the bell in his hand. And when he fell asleep, the bell would make noise and wake him up, and he would be able to write down whatever dream he was having. So basically the idea is that I fall asleep holding a bell, it rings, it wakes me up, and I write down my dreams. And, you know, I haven't been writing down many of my dreams. I don't know. I haven't been having a lot of dreams recently. It's kind of weird. So I was thinking I could do that, record it, and then edit it and post it. And it involves sleep deprivation, though, because the bell keeps waking you up. So I really like getting a good night's sleep, so that's why I haven't done it yet. But if you would like me to be sleep deprived, see what kind of weird things are happening in my subconscious and what I mutter when I get woken up and what dreams I have. I mean, obviously it won't be a live event, but I'll edit that and I'll post that. So the Bell of Socrates involves a Tegan being woken up by a bell and telling you his dreams. What is in my head? I don't know. All right. Now here's one that is going to take a lot of work, but I feel really passionate about. Samurai William. And here I have, it's because of this book here, Samurai William by Giles Milton. Now, what I propose to do is make a Samurai William documentary. Do I look like a documentary maker? No. But I love this book, and I love William Adams, the story of him. And also, I went looking. I love it so much that I went looking for a documentary about William Adams, and I couldn't find one. Nobody has written a documentary about William Adams. There's very little out there about William Adams except for this book and a few other things. Well, I mean, the movie Shogun, that made by James Clavell, and the book Shogun was kind of about Samurai William Adams, but nothing official. Nothing. There's been stories, but there's no official documentary about William Adams. So the William Adams documentary. William Adams, I should say, is the first the first Englishman in Japan. There was some Portuguese before him, but the first Englishman in Japan, and he became friends with Ieyasu Tokugawa, the future shogun of Japan. And it was because he was so friendly with Ieyasu Tokugawa that he saved the English factory and saved the ship, the crew of the ship, the Clove, and Saris, Captain Saris of the captain of the Clove. The crew owed their lives to him and his connections. They were threatened by the Japanese people. They were threatened by the Dutch. They were threatened by starvation. They were threatened by just running out of money, going broke in Japan, which is a bad thing. You need money to live in Japan. So, like anywhere. So, William Adams saved them so many times, and it's a really cool book. Just the book here, I'm going to make a documentary, so it's going to be about way more than the book. And it's this documentary. Today is about love, and I love this. So this is something that's going to be made eventually by me, a documentary. Not this book, but a documentary. But, you know, if you vote for it, it could come out sooner. So here's a couple little cool woodcuts from the book. Here is Pinto, a Portuguese adventurer who, he is a fidalgo, a nobleman, and he had some adventures. He said that what was it? I don't have exactly. I thought I had this marked more properly. Here it is. He wrote a book with a title page saying, I 5 times suffered shipwreck, WRACK, because they spelled things differently, was 16 times sold and 13 times made a slave. He had a rough sea voyaging life, and was captured many times. But he made it to Japan, and when he was in Japan, the king was very sick, and he took care of him by giving him a tincture of a certain wood that he had aboard the ship. And he got better, and then his son stole one of the muskets that the Portuguese had from the ship, tried to fire it, and because the son of the feudal lord, the prince, didn't know how to work it, he had taken it without their permission, he fired it, and the gun exploded. The gun exploded, and it almost killed him, and the Japanese blamed the Portuguese for the gun exploding, even though the kid stole it. And they were going to execute poor Pinto, but they said instead, if you can heal my son like you healed me, then we'll let you live. So he prepared his son a traditional salve of egg whites, as I had seen others done in the Indies. The cure worked. The blood clotted. Egg whites. So anyways, I'm not sure if curing someone with egg whites actually truly helped, but the prince ended up getting better, and Pinto's life was spared. So that's just a neat little excerpt from this book. I have a couple other parts marked off. Like here's a really neat picture of the Japanese torturing a criminal. That looks gruesome, doesn't it? I probably should have warned you that there's going to be a few gruesome things. And if that one was bad, then this one just gets worse. Here is a Japanese execution woodcut. Where is that? Right. Oh, no. This is a different one. These are merchants in Bantam. These 3 guys. And then they make sure to show you back here in the background, that these 2 sheep are mating. And that's, that was important to put in the woodcut. I think that was the most important. I mean, look, you have merchants, but those sheep, they were going at it. And it's just, that was important to illustrate, because they did not have sheep doing that back at home. So But here it is. The Christians brought Christianity to Japan and crucifixions. And they crucified people and then stabbed them with spears. Let's see. Once the victim was securely fastened to the cross, the executioner ordered to commence with his delicate work. He pierces the sufferer's body with a spear, thrusting it into the right side upwards, out of the left shoulder, thus passing through the whole body. This was repeated on the other side of the body so that the spears crossed internally. So in other words, these two guys just poked straight up through each side of the man, one direction and the other. I'm not getting that right, but, diagonally up one side and the other side. Not doing good with my camera work there, but that's fine. And it reminds me of something out of Valkyrie Profile. Like the Valkyrie, when she uses her special move, the guy gets stabbed with a bunch of spears. Anyways, I got some other neat pictures, but I'm taking a lot longer selling this at Samurai. So the Samurai Williams documentary, that's that. We've got more things to talk about. The game Vangers, an interesting game where you're driving cars from a top-down perspective in an alien land where you do these jumps that are fun. You jump around. I remember doing a lot of jumping. You charge up and jump, and then you can deform the terrain. It's an old game, but you can deform the terrain. There's weird alien stuff, weird terminology like gulp down and beebs and all this stuff. It's a weird game with a weird mythology and culture and lore and all that stuff. And it's just a fun game. Vangers is a fun game, and I never beat it because it was really hard. So vote for Vangers if you like cars from a top-down perspective, weird alien stuff, and games with an economy and shooting and stuff, and equipment slots and all that stuff. It's it's got RPG kind of aspects where you're investing money into your car. It's like a car that you invest in. It's like the spaceship games where you're modifying your spaceship. Except it's a car. It's awesome. It's like Road Wars or something. Okay, and then Conqueror. Conqueror 1086. This Conqueror 1086 is a old favorite of mine. I played it a lot when I was really young because it's about knights and chivalry, and I like knights a lot. I actually like knights a bit more than like wizardry and wizards and stuff, despite the fact that I played Master of Magic so much. But that's the kind of kid I was. I'm actually not so sure now, but I kind of like the whole thing as a kid. Anyways, so Conqueror is really cool because the character generation system is extremely detailed. Knights come at you, and they are making angry pirate noises, ah! And they're swinging swords, and then you do jousting, and then you joust a dragon, and you do army battles, and you build a castle, and there's all sorts of interesting stuff. There's a guy who says, can you not see that I am drinking? Stop bothering me. There's a guy who said it in a really, really funny voice. I didn't do it justice, but there's something that cracked me up about that guy going, can you not see? That's right. Can you not see that I am drinking? You know, the little roll the R. I am drinking. Stop bothering me. Stop bothering me. There was something really funny about that quote. There was funny things about the game, and it was interesting, and you raided castles. Conqueror 1086. Vote for it because it's cool. Hillsfar, a classic D&D game. I don't really need to sell this one much. It's Hillsfar. There's a lot of stuff you can do. You can steal things, all that stuff. Hillsfar. You ride horses. Kerbal Space Program. Lots of people know about Kerbal Space Program. It's an outrageously fun game, but I haven't bothered to play it, and I need to buy it. I've only played like demos and such, or played it at other people's houses, or watched other people play it. But if you want me to buy it and play it, vote for Kerbal Space Program, and I'll do that. I have Divine Cybermancy. It's a weird first-person shooter RPG set in a kind of Russian techno-punk, futuristic world where you're shooting people. It's an interesting game and a Half-Life 2 mod, I believe. It's cool. It's awesome. And I own it, so if you want me to see me play that, it'll be a cinch. So vote for I if you want to see that. Payday 2, don't need to say much about that. You rob banks. It's an awesome game. Geneforge and Genewars. I'm going to talk about Genewars first because I like Genewars. Genewars is a classic bullfrog game where you combine creatures like donkeys and crabs into a crabomule, or a bird and a crab to make a crab bird, or a frog with a bird, so you get a frog bird. You know, awesome stuff. And you just add O between the words, so you can have a crab-o-mule, or you can have a mule-o-crab. And the difference is that with a mule-o-crab, the mule part is more dominant, and the crab part is a secondary thing. So it looks like a mule with crab-like features, whereas the mule-o-crab, where the crab-o-mule has looks like a crab, but with donkey-like features, I guess. It's a cool game. It's in space. The aliens come down and they shoot you if you do things wrong. It's hilarious. It's a bullfrog game. In fact, that should be right up there with Theme Hospital because it's a bullfrog game and it's hilarious. So I want you to vote for Genewars. I like that one. But Geneforge is also a good one. Geneforge. It's an RPG. You create creatures, and then there's one of three classes you choose. You choose like a fighter, a wizard type, or a summoner type. But everyone summons creatures, or they can, and everyone has those creatures fight for them. You live in a world that is about biology rather than like science. So like you have magic that allows you to create biological things. Like they just have biological solutions to a lot of day-to-day problems that we would have scientific solutions. But it's also kind of magical. So biological magic. Geneforge. It's an interesting game. I'm not as excited about that one as like others, so maybe it's a bit lower on my list, but I like it. I like it a lot. Syndicate and Syndicate Wars. Both of these are bullfrog games. A Syndicate Wars soldier is actually in the lobby of the Theme Hospital game, if you look at the beginning. There's also a... oh yeah, I forgot to add that to my list. Dungeon Keeper. Dungeon Keeper. I like that game a lot. So that would be high on my list. There's a Dungeon Keeper creature in the Theme Hospital intro, and there is a Syndicate Wars criminal in the intro. With Syndicate and Syndicate Wars, if you want me to play either of those, I am game for both of those. They are both cool games by Bullfrog. Okay, and then at the bottom of the list, you're still watching, huh? Good, 22 minutes in. Thank you for watching at this point. And here are the two games that I have the most buyer's remorse of all time. Tegan's worst purchase of all time. The game that I had the most buyer remorse over. Captain Quazar. I bought this as a kid thinking it would be an awesome game. I played it for about 5 minutes and turned it off and just about never played it again. Because the game looked awful. But I paid full price for it. I paid a full $50 or whatever. You know, brand new. AAA price, way back, I forget what, but I'm going to say somewhere around 1995. I bought Captain Quazar from Software Plus, was the name of the store, and it was an awful game, and I never played it again, but I bought it, and I should play the game, and I should finish it at some point. So if you would like to see me suffer and play Captain Quazar to the end, I will do that. I will do that for you, and for me, because I feel like you bought it, you should play it. You should play it. It's just, but I didn't like it. And the same goes for Armored Moon. Armored Moon is like the worst RTS I have ever played. Captain Quazar was like the worst action game I ever played. Captain Quazar, he looked like Buck Rogers. He had his arms akimbo. He's from space. He had the butt chin. Captain Quazar looks. The picture on the game box looks so appealing, and I got it home and it was awful. But Armored Moon, it was on a moon. It had robots. It had soldiers. It looked cool. The box art looked cool. It looked like a cool idea. But when I took it home, just a terrible RTS. The mechanics, it was like, wow, Warcraft 1, the mechanics were better. And Warcraft 1, the mechanics were pretty difficult. I mean, they were good. They were like some of the best for the time, but it was still clunky. It's like Warcraft 1 is considered clunky by today's standards. Well, Armored Core was considered 10 times. I would consider that 10 times clunkier than Warcraft ever was, because Warcraft, it was award-winning for its time. It was good for its time. Just the idea that you couldn't even command your troops to go the right direction, kind of thing, or you'd be lucky to select them. It was just so clunky. You could make them go there. I may be being too hard on Armored Moon, but if you'd like to see me suffer, vote for Armored Moon. It's an awful game. Alright, so that is everything. Thank you for watching my very long V-Day vlog. Thanks again. I love you guys for watching 25 minutes. Even if you skipped through this video, thank you. I love you for watching. You allow me to do what I do, and so I thank you so much for liking my videos and liking me. And yeah, I'll just continue to do what I do the best I can. So thanks, and good night.